What a clown show. PP, we've got PP tapes. What a moron. What a dunce. Now you know why I'm a conservative, largely libertarian on a lot of issues. Never forget the Father Bob Sirico line. It's not that government's too big. It's that it's too stupid. I didn't get to the Rod Rosenstein segment yesterday. I had to abbreviate a bit because of time constraints on the show. But there's an excellent article that came out today in the Wall Street Journal by Kimberly, the great Kimberly Strassel, who does terrific work over there, about the disastrous hearing by the former acting Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who was a key Spygate plotter. He signed the warrants to spy on President Trump, and Rod Rosenstein basically impaneled the Mueller team, selected Bob Mueller to go and engage in the witch hunt. There is no bigger player in this scandal than Rod Rosenstein. He's central to everything. This is a terrific piece by Kim Strassel. Rod Rosenstein knew nothing. The FBI withheld crucial information from him. Why didn't he ask any questions? Ladies and gentlemen, Rod Rosenstein, I could make a strong case to you, was the one man who could have put a stop to all this nonsense. He could have put a stop to the Spygate scandal, the spying on President Trump through the FISA courts and his campaign. And he could have put a stop to the absolutely dreadful, disastrous Mueller probe, which was based and grounded in a hoax that they knew was a hoax, the collusion hoax. Rosenstein knew it was a hoax. He's claiming, no, he knew nothing. Now, I could go through the whole piece, but I have two screenshots just to show you this was the acting Attorney General of the United States. The FBI agency team worked for him in the chain of command in our Justice Department. And his best defense as to why he allowed a spying scandal to go on in a presidential campaign and Mueller to be appointed to investigate a hoax that didn't exist, collusion, his best answer is, I don't know nothing. I don't know. I don't know. So let's go into what he didn't know. This was the acting Attorney General of the United States. Libs, again, keep telling us how we're supposed to have this wonderful faith in a benevolent government. Now you know why I'm conservative? Remember the Father Bob Sirico line I told you about from the Acton Institute? Greatest line I've ever heard. It's not that government's too big. It's that government's too stupid. You want to keep placing your faith in government? You go right ahead. They don't know anything. Here's what Rod Rosenstein, the acting Attorney General of the United States, didn't know while he was allowing a spying operation and a witch hunt to go on that nearly destroyed our country. Quote, Strassel's piece, Mr. Rosenstein didn't know that the Hillary Clinton campaign and Democratic National Committee funded the Christopher Steele dossier, which formed the bulk of the accusations against the Trump campaign. Kind of an important fact, no? Not for Rod, not for Hot Rod. He also didn't know that the FBI in late 2016 had interviewed colleagues of Christopher Steele who cast doubt on his credibility. Kind of important. Also, no, not for Hot Rod. Not for him, it ain't. He also didn't know that Mr. Steele's primary source had disavowed the dossier's central elements by January of 2017, 5 months before he appoints Bob Mueller. Important to know? Not for Hot Rod. Not for Hot Rod. Remember Jerry Maguire? In Rod we trust, the wide receiver. In Rod we trust. No, in Rod liberals trust. Not me. Even the Rod Rosenstein supporters that thought he was a white hat are now changing their minds. They're like, this guy's either the biggest clown to ever be the acting Attorney General. So stupid, he didn't think to ask basic questions like, hey, I'm signing off on a warrant to spy on President Trump's campaign. Is this information real? Joe, as the audience ombudsman here, is that question out of line? Just checking.
Absolutely not.
It's, okay, thank you. I just need someone to verify that. So we're spying on a presidential campaign. He's like scratching his head with a Papermate pen or whatever. Is this information real? No, it's not. Actually, the person who Christopher Steele produced it, his source said it's fake. The Hot Rod didn't seem to ask that quite. Think about how that conversation would have went. But he didn't know, though. Don't worry, he didn't know. He don't know Sergeant Schultz of our time, right? I don't know nothing. I don't say that. Rod Rose. There's Hot Rod. So Hot Rod's sitting down there with Andy McCabe and Jim Comey. You'd think at some point he says, okay, well, this sounds... Joe, I know me and Joe are just two numbnuts idiots, a radio producer and a dopey former cop like me. I mean, we're double-digit IQ Neanderthals, me and Joe. But I'm just trying to wonder how this would have won. We're just two idiots. But these are two geniuses, apparently, right? Rosenstein, McCabe, these are the elites, right? I'm just wondering how this conversation would have won. So he's got Comey and McCabe in the room, and they're proposing spying on a presidential candidate. And I'm thinking how a normal person would handle this. They would have said, you're talking about spying on a presidential candidate. Am I right? Am I clear on this? Yes, right. Sir, we are. Okay. That's kind of a big deal, right? And meanwhile, McCabe and Comey, the answer would probably be, I would guess, Joe, like, even they would have to acknowledge, but it sounds like a kind of a big deal. Right. So then I would guess the third question would be, and we're spying on said presidential campaign. Why? Well, we have this dossier. Okay. Oh, all right. Wow. Interesting. They have something. Okay. It's a start. Here it is. I actually took a note yesterday to mention a Bongino brief, our new flash briefing, because I didn't want to forget during the show. Here's the note for you. So let's pretend this is the dossier. So they go like this, real dramatic, because Comey and McCabe, they're super pagers, and they always think they're in a Mission Impossible movie. So let's do the drama. If you want to watch on YouTube, let's act this out. They have the dossier. Rod Rosenstein's on the other side of the table, where Paula is over there. They go. So you have a dossier? Can I do the drama? Watch. You know how you ever see in the movies, Joe, when like there's a transaction and you know what I'm talking about, right? Like in the movie Heat or something. I got information, and they do it real dramatic. So they go. Paula's even zooming out with the camera, and Rosenstein's like this, and then he's got to be dramatic too. So Rosenstein's on the other side of the. Let me go. Here I am on the other side of the. Here. President Trump got pee-peed on in Russia. Oh my gosh. I'm like, what's on the backside? I hope it's not a cuss word. The backside, no, that's Windows, it says. I was doing Hannity last night. I want to remember to bring up broken Windows. I didn't do it, so I ripped it. Now it just says Windows. Here's Rosenstein. PB in Russia? Oh my gosh. We got pee-pee, folks. Now, you think he's reading it all serious, Mission Impossible style, and he's like, hey, Jim, Andy, did President Trump actually get pee-peed on in Russia? Is this real? But no, Hot Rod didn't ask. He just read the pee-pee dossier. I was like, yeah, this sounds good. Let's spy on him. Sounds great. Hoorah. In Rod we trust, baby. What a dunce. What a dunce. It gets worse. This is the Strassel piece is excellent, by the way, but I can't put the whole thing. But here's a second screenshot, more of what, in Rod We Trust, we didn't know. Or Rod Rosenstein says he didn't know. I don't believe a lot of this, by the way. Rosenstein wasn't told that the FBI recordings of George Papadopoulos and Carter Page provided exculpatory information for liberals, meaning information that they were innocent. Kind of important before you target them for being guilty of collusion, right? No. Not for Hot Rod. Not Hot Rod We Trust. Rosenstein also wasn't told that the FBI had moved to drop the case against Mike Flynn, who became White House National Security Advisor, from its investigation in early January for lack of any evidence of collusion. Kind of important, Joe, no? I'm just saying. Kind of a big deal. Yeah. In Rod We Trust, baby. Hot Rod. Brilliant lawyer. Ooh. He also wasn't made aware of the recent exculpatory evidence the Justice Department had turned over in the Flynn case.
Jeez.
What a clown show. PP, we've got PP tapes. What a moron. What a dunce. Now you know why I'm a conservative, largely libertarian on a lot of issues. Never forget the Father Bob Sirico line. It's not that government's too big. It's that it's too stupid.
You just heard The Dan Bongino Show.
You can also get Dan's podcasts on iTunes or SoundCloud. And follow Dan on Twitter 24/7 at @DBongino.